Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Mary Patrick. My pronouns are she, her. I am a Lebanese woman with short, short, dark, curly hair. I am wearing glasses and a white tank top that has the word love on it in rainbow colors. I am a founder of Upgrade Accessibility and Fly Our Way. I am so glad you're here today. There are so many overwhelming things going on right now that it's important to focus on self-care. And who among us has not been asked, have you tried yoga? Before we begin, Prior Ray would like to take a moment to acknowledge with the utmost respect that the land we all stand upon today is the traditional and ancestral home of many indigenous peoples. The land known as Turtle Island by many indigenous people was stolen and renamed North America by white colonizers who destroy lives along with the way of life. Please take a moment to consider the legacies of violence, displacement, and settlement that bring us here together today. We must practice this education and inclusion as we recognize our own history, responsibility, and commitment for displaced and colonized people everywhere. And with that, I will turn it over to Audrey, who will give her visual description and we will let her do her thing. Thank you, Audrey, for doing this today.
Thank you, Mary, for having me today. I'd just like to acknowledge that I'm very grateful that Grace is here as well to help me. Give you a few minutes to build a wee bubble of softness and joy. And Mary just mentioned it that today is very heavy, and I would like to acknowledge that I feel very heavy as well. So I'll try to guide you today with we doing a seated practice, but you can do this in a chair, in a wheelchair, on the couch, or even lying down if you like. You follow as much movement as you wish. You can completely ignore me if you like. This is your practice, your body, your mind, your choice. I will say as well, if you want to take a minute to bring any blankets, any pillows, cushions, blocks, whatever that may help you feel more comfortable, then please do so. However, that is not absolutely necessary. I'm not using them as such. This is just for your comfort. Please take as many breaks as you want. Have something to drink nearby if you need. However, we're not going to break a sweat. But this is just, again, for your own comfort. You can have your webcam on or off if you're on Zoom. And yeah, let's get started. I'm going to go over there and we're going to start with just a wee bit of movement. Then we'll have some centering. Then we'll do some movement again, which I will guide you to do together. So a few asanas, which means yoga poses in Sanskrit. And then we'll go back into meditation. And then hopefully we can have a chat if you like, or we can just say goodbye and go on with our day or the evening. So I'm just going to move. Just hold on a sec. And as you can see, I've got a pillow on the floor because I like to elevate my feet. So maybe that's something that you would like to do as well. You can also get a pillow to get better support for your back, especially if you're in a wheelchair, that might be quite helpful. So as you can see, I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm
Audrey, I
still
think you're doing
disabled.
some wrong.
Sorry? Oh, okay. Can you hear me all okay? Grace, I think you can hear me okay? Yes, okay. So hopefully there's no problem with that. But if there's any questions, then just pop them in the chat and then we can have a look and maybe Mary can wave at me if there's something wrong. I hope you can see me okay as well. Yeah, so let's get started. So what we're going to do is some kind of free movement to just like let go of some tension in the body. So at this point, you kind of on your own, but I can give you some pointers. Maybe raise your shoulders up to your ears and just let go. And then a few times, let go. And then again. And then maybe some hip circles, so just moving from side to side. And just take it as slow and gentle as you wish. We're just starting, so we're not warmed up. If you need more balance, then please grab your chair with one of your hands or both. That's quite helpful. Even if you don't need more balance, sometimes it just helps you ground a lot more with your body. And maybe you just to give it a bit of a shape. I'm just flapping my hands around. I'm just rolling shoulders, rolling my neck very gently. I'm going very quickly because I want to show you a few movements that you can do, but this is just for a minute. Basically, it's just let you feel what's going on and just deposit that. Just that's it. What's happened before in your day is gone. What's going on before, later, it's not happening yet. Right now, you're here and we're moving very gently all together, just enjoying some time in community with people who understand with no judgment. And once you've had enough and you feel like maybe a little bit less tense, maybe not, just bring yourself to center, hopefully with your midline straight and tall. Your hands can be on your lap or on your knees or holding your chair, whatever makes you feel a bit more grounded. And at this point, you can close your eyes if you wish, or find a soft gaze looking at the floor, maybe away from the screen for a bit. And we're just going to breathe together, just taking some big breaths. Inhale and exhale. And again, breathing in and breathe out. Follow your own rhythm, the own rhythm of your breath. There's nothing to control, there's nothing to judge. We're just focusing on what's happening with our breath, with the part of our body that's touching the chair or the bed or the couch. Just let it go for a minute. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe noticing what's happening in your body, in your mind, softening your jaw, softening your lips and your tongue, parting the teeth so they're not touching anymore, and just noticing what that does to your mind. Maybe nothing's happening. Maybe some tension and is slowly leaving. Maybe not. Whatever that's happening, it's your own experience and it's absolutely fine. And while you do that, this pose is actually called Tadasana, and in Sanskrit it means mountain pose. And it is basically one of the most important poses in yoga. It helps you, the idea is to feel as grounded as possible, as tall as possible, to take as much space as you can. And sometimes we don't feel like taking space, but maybe we should. So if you can visualize, if that's something that's available to you, so maybe you can see that mountain and you can see yourself as that big mountain taking space and just being there, grounded. And a mountain doesn't judge, it's just be. Take that as you will. And just finding some quiet for a minute. So I'm gonna not speak, but I'm still here, everybody's still here. We're just gonna be there as a mountain for just a minute. Okay, good. And we're gonna do some gentle warming up. So bring the right ear to your right shoulder. Just stay there for just a few seconds, feeling the stretch from the left side of your neck. And then bring your chin to your chest, feeling again the stretch at the back of your neck. And then bringing your left ear to your left shoulder. And then you guessed it, feeling the stretch in the right side of your neck. And we're going to do that a few times and just go at your own rhythm, but again, take it gently. So chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, and again, chin to chest, and left ear to left shoulder. And just once more, chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder, and chin to chest, and left ear to left shoulder. and then bring back your head to the center. Good. We're going to do some sun salutation. Quite iconic in yoga. If you've never done yoga and you'll do another class after this one, you'll probably do this again. But there's hundreds of versions. So for this one, we're just gonna do some gentle movement. And the idea is to warm up the body very gently and to stretch and to bring a bit of strengthening as well. So do what you can. I'll show a few options and pick the one that feels the best for you at this point. So raising your arms above your head and breathe. That's one option. Another option is just doing one arm at a time. And then exhale, bring the one arm down, and then do the other one on the inhale. You can also bring your arms in front of you. And again, as high as you can. There's no better or worse option. It just depends on your body, of your capacities today. So just pick one. And if you want, you could also just do with your elbows, so not even moving the shoulders. So just moving very slowly, one hand to the side or just in the front. The idea is just to start bringing some movement to the body and just using the arms and the hands in a gentle way. So pick the version that you prefer. And we're just going to breathe and do this together for a few breaths. So inhale, arms up or in front of you, and then down on the exhale. Breathe in, move your arm. Breathe out, put it down back to your lap or your knees. If you're doing one arm at a time, then switch. And on an exhale, we're bringing it back down. I'm going to do that once more. So inhale, bring your arms in front of you, above your head, or whatever it is that you've picked. And on an exhale, bring them back down. Now bring your hands to your knees, if you can, and add a bit of pressure as if your back is going to go towards the wall or whatever behind you, and your hands are grabbing your knees as much as you can, or maybe they're just on your chest, and you're trying to bring some opposite directions. So maybe if I switch positions, so I'm just facing on the side. So basically what you're trying to do is bring your back towards the back of your chair or your couch, and your hand are providing some bit of counter pressure some ways. And it's just because I'm asking you to do this because it just helps to stretch the back and just add some length to your spine. And raise your heart towards the sky. And you're continuing to breathe, I hope. And then stop. We're going to do that a few times with the arms. So breathing, arms above your head or in front of you, whatever you picked. Breathe out, Bring your arms down. Bring your hands to your knees. And sit straight and tall. Bring some relief to your spine. And breathe out, let that go. Very good. Excuse me. Bring again your hands to your knees or to your lap, wherever they can be on your thigh and where it's comfortable for you. And we're gonna round the spine. So again, I'm gonna move to the side, and we're gonna basically do a curve, oops, with your spine, like a Halloween cat. And guess what? This is called cat pose. And make sure your shoulders are not up to your ears, that they're down towards your back, nice and relaxed. The idea is just to bring a curve to your spine. And this might look like just a curve in your neck and just your upper thoracic spine. Maybe you don't have as much mobility as I do today, and bringing the whole spine into a curve. You just do what you can. And on a breathe in, we're gonna bring our heart forward. So as if you're leaping under a wave. I don't know if you've got that that image, but just like imagine a dolphin like woo leaping, and then you're doing the opposite action with your spine, so the curve is the opposite. And your
Audrey,
heart, yes,
sorry, this is Mary. Um, Someone wanted to know, are you curving sideways or forward?
you're curving forward. So like right now, we're bringing our heart to the ceiling, to the sky, right? And then when you bring your head down, you're curving the other way. So your spine should stay in the middle. You're not moving sideways at all. We do that later, so hold on, hold on to that thought. And we're gonna do this movement a few times. And again, this may look like you're just bringing your chin to your chest and bringing your head up. And that's a great stretch for your spine. We spend a lot of time, hunching that way. So this is just to open the heart here, the chest, the torso, whatever you want to call it, and just bringing some mobility here as much as you can. Okay, so I'm coming back to facing the camera, and we're gonna do these three movements a few times. So pick your arm option. So I'm just raising my arms above my head with a breathe in, and then breathe out, slowly taking them back down. Then grabbing my knees or my thighs and just making my spine as tall as possible, as if I'm a Muppet and someone's got like a string on the top of my head and then pulling, 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 pulling. It may look like if you're in a wheelchair as a pressure release when you just do like this kind of movement, so pulling on your hand and just raising your bottom. So it's kind of like this, but you're not actually doing any effort with your arms. And then we're going to do cat. So it's the curve when you're looking to the ground, to the floor, and then breathing in, looking up, and that's called cow actually. Not sure why, but cat and cow. And we're gonna do this a few times. So back to cow on an exhale. And cow on an inhale. And again, cat. Curving as much as you like. And cow, taking your heart to the sky, opening your heart to the world in some ways. And then bring it back to neutral, what I was calling Tadasana, mountain pose. Again. And now we're going to do a twist. So we are going to move sideways. So for this one, I'm going to raise my arms above my head. But again, you pick the options that you wish to do. So again, those options are arms above the head, arms in front of you, or just as much as you can with just not moving your shoulders, especially if you've got ADS or hypermobility, then maybe that's a good option to just move the elbows and the hands. So with a breathe in, do your arm movement. And on an exhale, we're going to bring our right arm to our left knee. And the other arm is going to grab the back of your chair or the back of your couch. And you'll see already your heart is moving towards the left-hand side. And this is a great position to be in. And you can stay here for a few breaths. If you like, you can move a bit further. So really looking, you're not even at you're nearly at the 90 degrees angle. This is your choice. Just maybe not take it as far as you think that you can. It looks gentle and it is gentle, but it's quite potent for the spine. And what we're trying to do is actually to open our heart and the upper spine as much as possible. The twist isn't really in the lumbar area, as in the back of the spine. I will leave to you to do whatever you want to do with your neck. You could look to the screen, you could look to the side, or you could even look back. That does depend on how stretched you feel you are and your capacity and what you wish to do today. So we've been here for a while because I've been talking a lot. So we're gonna come back to the front, maybe have a little shake, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So do your arm movement, so arms above, in front, whatever it is that you need, and bring your left hand to your right knee this time, and your right hand to the back of your chair, grabbing for more stability if you need it. And again, just choose how much you want to twist. Make sure your shoulders are not up to your ears. They're nice and relaxed. And again, pick your position for your neck. And just open your heart as much as you can. There's a slight metaphor in this whole sequence, by the way. I talk a lot about the heart. Just trying to lead with your heart, not your eyes, not your head, not even your hand, your heart. And then once you've had enough, come back to center. Have a little shake, and we're going to do one quick back bend, because after a twist, sometimes it's good to just neutralize the spine. And what that means is that we're going to do that curve again. So I'm moving sideways, to the side, sorry, on my chair, and bring it as far as you wish. But I would say to keep it gentle, and basically your hands are on your thighs. They're not really doing much, just providing some stability and grounding. You can even grab your chair as well. And you bending towards the wall behind you. Make sure your neck is nice and balanced over your spine and not going all the way back. If you're on a chair, on a wheelchair, then that's a good. You could bring like a pillow and just help you with this. You could also do it by a wall so that your head then touches the wall, and that's quite nice. And you don't have to stay there a long time. You can also just move, towards the front and just adding a bit of movement here. And basically, that is it for back bend. We're going to finish movements, so the asana part of today's class, with some free movements again. So maybe you want to do some more neck movements, so just doing some gentle rolls. Maybe you feel your shoulders might need a bit more love, so just folding them gently. I'm just going to talk quite fast right now and just saying a lot of different things that you can do, but you can either pick one and do this, or just do them all, or just pick your own. One I absolutely love is side bend. So grab your chair with one hand, bring one arm either to the front again or above your head, or as far as you can. And then side bending is basically, it's very explanatory. Basically, I don't really need to say anything more. It's just going towards one side, bringing a nice line. For me, on my right now, so it just looks like a comma. And you can go as far as you want, but if you just stay here, it's perfectly great. And then, of course, do it on the other side. And just making sure again that you open your heart, that you're not creeping towards the floor. Your heart is open towards the ceiling. And bringing it back down. And then maybe just do some hip circle. We didn't do a lot with the hips, so if you need to do some bit of movement there, then that's a really good thing to do, just like doing sideways or back and forth, or some circles. Very much up to you. And the idea here is just to let go of any tension that's left in your body, so that we're ready for the last part of our time together, which is called Shavasana. And Shavasana in Sanskrit means corpse pose, so don't be scared. It's also called relaxation pose. Again, don't be scared. Maybe relaxation is very hard for you to do. It is hard for me to do. So usually It is called that way because we're just letting go. There's nothing more to achieve, nothing more to do, nothing on the agenda. That's it. You're just there, present. And what I would like you to do is find a position that you can be comfortable in. So maybe you don't want to be in your chair anymore, you want to move to your couch or your bed. We're not going to be there long, but it's nice to be comfortable. Bring some pillows, blankets, your dogs, your cats, and just find, a nice place to be. If you're still in the chair, you can slouch a bit if you like. It's really up to you. One thing I like to do is bringing a pillow to my thighs or top of my chest if you're lying down. A bit like weighted blanket in some ways. It just really calms down the nervous system. So that's a good one to do. And we're going to be there for a few minutes. I'm not going to really talk. Um, you can close your eyes if you want or find a soft gaze. Just don't look at the screen. Just look away. We spend so much time in front of a screen, so permission to look away. And just notice the parts of your body that's in contact with the chair or your bed or the floor, wherever you are. Feel the weight of the gravity. Feel what's happening in your body when you just notice where it is grounded. And soften your jaw, soften your eyebrows, part your lips, part your teeth. Just let it go. And we're going to spend a few minutes in silence. I'm still here, everybody's still here. And we'll see you in a few minutes. Just focus on your breath, on the sensations of your body. Just observe, not trying to change anything. Everything is as it should be. See you in a few minutes. I'm going to read a poem by Morgan Harper Nichols. And at this point, you can start moving if you like, or just stay where you are. So this is called For the Journey. May you have moments in the sunlight that your soul never forgets. May you encounter love as strong as music, and there's no need to question it. May you travel the earth trusting that for all the unknowns, there will also be moments in music and light that remind you you are not alone. So start moving a little, very gently, opening your eyes, letting the light in. Maybe close them again if the light is too bright, and opening them again. And slowly coming back to the room, to everybody that's here today and here tomorrow or the other days where they will watch this on replay, and the whole world around us that's not as perfect as we wish it would be, but it is what it is. And I hope that this few minutes together have brought some light and love and softness and joy, because we really need it right now. And as this poem says, you are not alone. Trust that you are not. And you can come back to this practice when you do feel alone and you need to feel that community within you and around you. In yoga, we usually finish every session with a saying, and you can bring your hands to your heart in prayer or against your heart. This is really good too. The divine light in me sees and honors the divine light in you. Thank you for being here today. I really appreciate you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you. If you have any questions, very happy to stay on, or any comments or anything that you would like to talk about. It was about, have you tried yoga? It's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek title because as disabled people, we've all heard it 1,000 times. Have you heard yoga? Have you tried yoga? Have you tried yoga? Yoga is not a cure-all. It's not a fix. It's not a miracle. It's none of those things. It's a practice. It's a philosophy. It's movement. It's breath. It's attitude. It's a lot of things. However, it will not cure your disability, and there's nothing to cure. Anyway, you're perfect as you are. It can provide some healing. It can provide some help. And that's why I became a yoga teacher as a disabled, because we're very, very excluded from that practice. So I've hoped that today, if that was the first time you've done yoga, that you've enjoyed it, or that it showed you something new. And if you had tried it before and you felt it wasn't for you, maybe it changed your mind, maybe it didn't. It doesn't matter. I'm really, really glad that you were here. Yeah, I feel very honored to have been part of this great event organized by Mary. So thank you very much.
Audrey, I just want to take a moment to thank you for doing this. I know you have been unwell and you still did this. And as disabled and chronically ill people, we always push through even when we should not push through. So I want to acknowledge that and honor that. And thank you for this. I am not a yoga person. I told you that. Um, but this was great. If you were my instructor, I would be more inclined to do yoga. Um,
Thank
so,
you.
yes. So, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining today, whether you were in Zoom or on YouTube or you're watching the replay. We hope that this brought a real peace and a real joy to your day. So thank you again, Audrey. Thank you, Grace, for doing such an amazing job as the interpreter today. And thank you, everyone, and hope to see you at our next event tomorrow. Thank you.